Hey everyone, everybody, how y'all doing? How y'all been? It's Tabby, aka Octavia, touching down with y'all again. Cause look, I've been keeping quiet. I've been peeping things, right? So I'm gonna tell you what I have for you. This not gonna be like a tarot reading. I'm gonna tell you what I have for you and what's been coming out in the energy. What I've been reading about the energy without the cards because I can do those things. And what's going on with these folks, these predators, these criminals, okay, these spiritual criminals. All right, so from jump, I got somebody in my apartment complex, in my energy, as other tarot readers say, um, that sits at my tarot desk in the evening, overnight, in the middle of the day, somehow through the matrix, okay? They in the matrix. Um, they're false people. To begin with, they're false people. And they're sitting at my desk and they're doing tarot readings on me. Okay? To tell people some type of false fortune, pretending as if they're fortune tellers, to tell people some type of false fortune about what's happening to me. This is predictive determination because it's false. This is someone who's running their mouth. Spirit is showing me all kind of words. I'm channeling as I'm doing this, so bear with me, guys. False people, false narratives, and then they sit at my desk and pretend that they're reading tarot to predict or claim that they're predicting what is going to happen to me or what my outcome will be. Why? Because they've ran their mouth and lied on me so terribly bad to ostracize me, to excommunicate me because they don't talk to me. That is how they're getting into the energy through my hacked devices, right? They're silent with it. It's like a quiet robbery, if you will. Like they have to tiptoe. Those pictures. Spirit is showing me those pictures of a bandit. An image of someone dressed as a bandit at night with the black and white striped shirt on and the black mask across their eyes and the black hat, carrying a black bag, tiptoeing silently, right, with the shh over their lips as they walk through my social media and enter my property somehow in the other dimensions, in the other realms, right, in the matrix. And they're lying to me. Now, it's more than one people doing this. It's tons of people, right? That's why the sentence came out all wrong. It's tons of people doing this, okay? Because they have involved so many of their sexual partners, their exes, their mama, all types of people, even my own family, to use them against me. All right. The deceased, they call them necromancers. I call them program and code, pretending to be people that have passed away, that are deceased. Why and how? Because they're the federal government employees. Take it how it resonates. They're the IRS. They're the military. They're the Department of State. They're the Department of Homeland Security. I don't care. They're Department of Energy, where they work at, right? They have access, okay, especially the Department of State. They have access to birth records, death records, marriage and divorce records, passports. And when you apply for your passport, you have to give them what? All types of data. Your mama's name, your daddy's name, your date of birth, your location of birth, your time of birth, goddammit. They want to know your eye color, your height. I'm not making this up. Okay? And then they use that against you in their artificial programming technology, in their work matrix. And then they invade, or should I say infiltrate, the matrix that is this world, this realm that we all call planets, right? Planet Earth. If you talk to somebody might tell you, no, I live on another planet. I don't live on Earth, right? But we know as human beings, our physical vessels are here on planet Earth. But someone's soul, their spirit, their psyche, their mind, whom they are at their core, they might be living on Mars, Venus, Pluto, even though Pluto's not a planet no more, right? So then they really had to take advantage of that and make it a damn TV app. Yeah, they're going to hell. I heard they're going to jail because they're just using it to try to see. Okay. Anyway, so we got this false judge here coming out and pretending to be the Queen of Cups, justice, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm staring at it. I'm like, the Queen of Cups didn't get any justice overnight because I am the Queen of Cups. So I said, okay, let me reread this energy. Is this the judge? Spirit is like, somebody spun the wheel. Somebody was trying to spin the Queen of Cups wheel. So I said, yeah, this is not the Queen of Cups getting justice. Okay, this is somebody who was trying to walk in to the Queen of Cups, which is myself, new beginning, new start, new opportunity, and take it over so that they could get money. See here, Ace of Pentacles. And then when I tried to clarify, because I put the cards back and I tried to clarify, is this the judge? The card came out again. This is a fake judge. It is Leonard Travis Ferris, retired federal government employee from Department of State in Washington, D.C., 30-year government employee. He had 30 years to harass, stalk, monitor, track, and lie to me. Not only me, but see, I see the truth in the spirit, and that's what bothers him so much at his core, down to his mother effing toe. Okay, his big toe. Be mad and hurt feelings because I see that he's fake AF. He's a traumatized child, inner child, triggered individual that has been lying on me to anyone and everyone around me, surrounding me. That includes my family. That includes my past friends. That includes my 2 ex-husbands. That includes my past boyfriends and people I dated in between marriages. Yeah. And then what he would do is he would lie and cheat and claim that I was married the whole time while I was dating other people. And all of these men used to always be like, don't talk to her and mistreat me and do all of this stuff at places and establishments that I frequented, right? Because someone had been telling them I was married. Oh, she's married. I was not married to Timothy Wright any longer. I submitted the paperwork. He and I both did through a notary to the government, to the state, for our legal separation. Okay? After the paperwork were filed, the lawyer mailed me the paperwork in the mail. All right? Little did I know that the whole entire time while I was working for the government as a contractor, they were entering my home and going through my things, calling themselves dirt digging or creating trying to establish some type of backstabbing, blackmail, paper trail, or things of that nature, right? To use against me in case I ever got a government job. To get me out of the job, make me leave the job, blackmail me while on the job if I remain on the job. And see, white men especially, and whom I'm talking about is a white man, have this sense of entitlement, this big-headed, egotistical, maniacal thought processes and thinking, where they can get over, especially if it's a young black female. They called me a whore. They slandered me 10 years, and then it ended. And then I was supposed to have freedom or regain freedom again because I knew mentally and intuitively something is happening. Okay? Like, I'm not dumb. People mistreating me. I haven't done anything wrong to this person. I barely spoke to this person. I don't even know this person. And when I see them again, they think they know all about me because somebody been sitting around chit-chatting with them. Okay? This is my channel, Chit Chats with Tabby. This is what this is right now. Okay? Goddamn it. Chit-chatting with somebody in the spiritual realm using their mental magic and programming code, especially over the males, to turn them against him, to turn them against me, to make them stand up and speak confidently, negatively towards someone that they know, they love, they trust. to make them not have any interest in me. Okay. And unfortunately, this man, Leonard Travis Ferris, has been in my life since I was a child, under the age of 10. In Chicago, in my spiritual dreams, metaphysical dreams. And I said, this is fake. And I was telling him to get out of my way. And unfortunately, he's been around this entire time, all through my education, my schooling, making people mistreat me, making me lose out on opportunities. So I didn't win anything when we had contests and prizes at school, to make people want to fight me in the gym class. Oh, yeah, to make people want to fight me in the gym class. That happened several times for years, in 2 different locations, in 2 different states, in 2 different schools. Now, the reason why I say that is because I'm not a loud, boisterous, extroverted person. So, which means that I wasn't causing any drama. I wasn't slandering or talking bad about somebody. He was turning their brains in and out to make them just hate the sight of me, to be full of disgust with me. The one girl in middle school even said that to me. I just hate to even look in that direction because Octavia is there. Now, mind you, I don't know this person like that. Okay? I don't know her like that. And the reason why I don't know her like that is because I hadn't been at that school that long. I don't know this person like that. I knew of her because I knew her friends. Now, me and her friends were cool. So you see why I had the confusion, right? This person has been doing all of these things to me to get me to act out of my normal, normal self, to disrupt and cause problems and make me the problem child when it was him the whole time. It was him the whole time. I see this tower at the bottom of the deck. I see it. And judgment at the top of the deck. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay, look. Yeah, problem child. Yes. 10 of Pentacles. Spirit is like, yes. He was the problem child. But what he did was, because he was there with his fake yellow spiritual technology that he had created so that he could stay on his job. See, that's the thing that people don't know about government jobs. It's the whole, you apply for accounting, you find out the code for accounting 02, whatever it is. You find out the code for information technology 2210. You search for the jobs, you apply for the job, you get hired on the job. You believe and you think, okay, I'm here because I'm going to complete these job duties and such and etc. And you have no freaking idea what really goes on when you become a government employee. I do, because later I became a government employee at the Department of Homeland Security. Hate to say that it was all a setup. It had probably been set up against me for many years, because Kimberly Compton, who was my GS-15 at that job, was also one of my good friends while I was in high school. One summer, when me and my high school sweetheart, Tim, were hanging out in Virginia, in the city we live in, and she became one of our really close friends for the whole spring and summer. And then she just disappeared. She's like, I'm getting me a government job. This was early 90s. I was like, oh, that's good. Look, I knew she was older than me, but I didn't know how much older than me she was. White woman. And what happened was, this was all a setup, because the military had already invaded my dream space and caused me to go through some kind of test, ridiculous test to determine my psyche or give me more, give me AI. I don't know. Fill in the blank. Guess why I don't know? Because Kimberly Compton was also in those mind tests that summer. And she decided, I'm going to go and ask Octavia what's the answer. I didn't give her the answer. I went back to the testing location because we were going through like, I don't want to call it a maze, but let's call it an obstacle course. But it was an obstacle course. As you stand at the table, you got to figure out the puzzle piece, or you have to figure out, the math equation using the objects and then punching your answer, which was like a keypad thing at the door. And then you could leave. I took her back over there, and somebody had already left most of the equation completed. And I told her, don't change anything from here to here. It's almost done. Finish it. Right? That was one of the first questions that she ever got right, because she asked me for help. And now all of a sudden they want to label me as the help because my name is Octavia. So because they went in the spiritual realm and used Ian, Liam, whomever, IAN, Ian, Spencer. Okay. And then we got Octavia in a movie called The Help. With who? Viola Davis. Guess who Viola Davis is? Leonard Travis Ferris, a white man. I say this all the time. What we see in the films is not what happened in the spirit. We got false people filling up our entire country. Who's the false people, Octavia? Spanish people. Spanish people are false people. Why? How could somebody be labeled or categorized as a false person? They don't have a soul. They don't have a spirit. They fall in a different category, is what spirit is telling me right now. And when you have someone like a Cardi B with her nasty trick ass, and yes, that's what the fuck I said, who pierces they fucking asshole, a nasty ass trick, constantly talking about hoe baths. Okay? She's telling you constantly, over and over, repeatedly, how trifling, okay, and distorted her mind is. This is somebody I used to like. Do not get me wrong. I watched her on the hip hop shows. I was like, if anybody make it, it's going to be Cardi B. I praised her and I gave her the benefit of the doubt. She was the only one that got up there and could actually spit. I was like, yeah, she can rhyme. Okay, yeah, she's saying something. Yeah. And now her fucking hoe ass ain't a stripper on the pole, but she's still a fucking hoe in her mindset. So when she sits up there and says statements like Spanish people owe everything because we gained everything off of the backs of black people, she is not lying. You have white men in this country, in this world, but I'm just going to talk about the U.S. right now, that believe that someone with a lighter skin, a fairer skin, is a better person for the job. What job? Being you. And so what will they do? They will allow a Spanish person to enter your life, enter your home, into your neighborhood, and gain off of your motherfucking back. How they gaining off your back, I tell you? How do they gain off your back? Oh, they effing around. The magician. Programming code. Okay? They believe wrongly, I will say, that they're doing magic. But no, it's your government. It's your government. The magician is, see how they got that cup? They got every tool in the tarot deck. Look at that. Doing the 2 of cups on your freaking back. With somebody light skinned. Okay? Yeah, Spirit say, yeah, they're going to be in the 8 of cups. They were already in the hangman, but now they're going to be forced to walk away. The problem is that you got white men who believe that they're stronger, better, more capable of doing whatever it is that you do. And so on your job, black woman, black man, you might think, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing so well, I'm going to move up, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. And this is how I know it happens to black men as well. Okay? Tim and I divorced a long time ago. Now, because it's 2026. But we separated back in 2000, before 2005. paperwork submitted to the state, to the government. He had his paperwork. Somebody came in my home and stole mine. I said, that's okay. I'm going to contact the state and have it sent to me again. And they send me another copy. Somebody came into my home and stole it twice. I said, Tim, I said, you still have the legal separation paperwork? He said, yeah. I said, I need a copy. You want to know what happened? Within 2 months, he was dead. Within 2 months. And you know what the doctor said? That he had cancer. The doctor said he had cancer. Yes, right? They said he had cancer. Okay, I know the card means yes because I read tarot. Okay, intuitively, yes. They spun the wheel. They tried to get the wheel to go in their favor. They lied and said he had cancer. True or not? Yes, they were defensive. They did not want to tell the true cause of why Timothy passed away. You see this card? This is someone being defensive. You see what's behind the door? That's the light of the truth. No, he had cancer. Someone does not die from a cancer in their intestines, okay, in their digestive system within 2 months. Not someone who's been to the hospital, been getting x-rays, okay, because of COVID, because of COVID-19. Now, do I want to sit up here and say that the hospital killed Tim? I never thought that, not until this moment. But I know somebody killed him. Yeah, they don't want to tell me that. And I'm a little emotional, about it. And I know that that's the reason. Yeah. They don't want to say. They don't want to say. Whomever this is or whatever it was, they worked together with the Three of Cups. That was a team or a group effort to take him out, to make him or cause him to walk away, to lose his life. I'm hearing .com. I see King of Swords, a Queen of Swords. Yeah, those are the real truthful. Spirit said deterrent. Okay. And also, I know that they were doing this to Tim because he came from work one day straight over to bring my girls, my adult girls, to see me while I was in Facet's homeless shelter. And he was like, oh man, I left work early so I could beat traffic. Because I was like, you made it here really quick. And I was just happy to see my daughters that day. It was like an extended holiday weekend or something, but it was not on the holiday. And it was all of these Spanish guys outside. And he and I both started looking around because we were trying to have a conversation. It was getting loud. And we were getting louder. And I was like, nah, I'm not about to be standing outside talking loud to Tim. Because I don't need people in my business as much. They already in my business. Not like I got business. I don't have any. Right? My ex-husband is not coming to see me. He is bringing my daughters to visit with me and their siblings, whom they're concerned about. They love. Okay? And Tim says to me, I said, Tim, what's going on? He said, I'm just looking. He said, these are my coworkers. And I said, these are my neighbors. All men, masculines. I said, what do you mean, Tim? I said, these are my neighbors. I said, those two guys. I said, even the person in the car, they live in the same building with me. He said, even down there, because it was some people who were like parking their car and getting out of their car. And they had on their like construction vests, like they had just got off work. And I said, yeah, he's the grounds guy. He cuts the grass, does the lawn care. And he was like, no, they cut the grass where I work at. And I said, well, that's probably true. I said, if they got a business or they work for a business. But fast forward, now that, mind you, that was like 2023. Fast forward to 2026 and Tim is no longer here on the planet. I know that was the Most High God The divine and spirit putting things right in my face, letting me know this is what they've been doing. Even the darn tarot reader was like, Spanish Tim. Spanish Tim says this, this, and that. Spanish Tim is a kidnapper and they took my child from me in the dream state. Spanish Tim. And they have been hanging on. Look, Spirit said it's a death and an ending, permanent to that. They've been trying to hang on this entire time. Yeah, because this is not wish fulfillment, not a cut. So it's almost like they were scared. Let me see what happened here. Yeah, it was an illusion. I call this, you call a spade, goddammit. Like, this is reality. This card right here represents options and illusions. Why does it say options and illusions? There is only one cut from the divine that is truly for you. All the rest of them are temptations, poisoning, harmful, death. It's death in a cup. Do you see all these cups? Death in a cup. And it came out in reverse. Yeah, that's why it's a death. The death to that situation, because you got to speak up and talk about what our government, our country is doing, mind manipulation on people when they come into our country. God, I didn't even have no intention of talking about this, but since Spirit is bringing it up, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to get off of this. Number one, no, I'm not even going to bring that up. Even though they want me to, I'm not even going to bring that up, because that right there, and it probably most likely has some involvement. Nancy Guthrie. Something has to do with the color orange, the color yellow, the color red. Thank you, Spirit. This woman's mom, okay, you know, the Savannah, her mom, oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm going to put it to you like this. Television is fake. Television is fake. Television is fake. Television is fake. Fake, fake AF. Television is fake. And what our country has done is they have allowed the Spanish people, the false people, to come in the country and control television. Fake people. High priestess. Why? Because they're hiding stuff. They're hiding stuff. Okay? We got people who say, oh, this planet is a prison planet. But this planet is putting on an act. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords means the truth. This planet is nothing but putting on an act. Everyone here, actors and actresses. The Sun card, meaning something is coming to light. Truth is being revealed. Savannah Guthrie. Something about her name being Savannah. Maybe Savannah, Georgia. And then, hey, how do we get past Savannah, Georgia? Savannah Guthrie. But isn't it interesting? In her name, it says the word gun. It has the letters I, E. Do you all know what that means? Have you been to college? Okay. Those are things you find out when you explore higher education in our country. Do you want to do that? Because what they're going to do is put you in more debt, and then more spiritual debt, because they're lying on you with these Spanish people. Okay. You don't exist, Black person. Only that Spanish person exists in the country of the United States of America. They exist, not you. Why do they exist? Because that's who the white people can see. But little did we know the white people was programming and coding for that to happen. And then we have immigrants come here and basically cuss Black people to F out and call us lazy, fat, and that we don't want to work. But guess what? All of our rights, property, and identity has been stripped from us. This is the new slavery. The new slavery. Hangman. Yeah, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to move forward with it. Because since they done put me in this, I've been calling their asses out. Hangman, Queen of Pentacles. Someone's been making money. I heard sojourning. Someone has been sojourning, a Queen of Pentacles and an Emperor. You know, earning money off the backs of Black people without them even knowing. The moon. Moon card. Something being hidden. Something's covered up, bottom of the deck, death. What's sticking out the deck? Sun card. Something is coming to reality that they three people in a couple. Okay? There's your federal government supposed to be giving you access to the spiritual realm. Here you are, but there's the third person. Where they come from? Where they come from? And everybody and anybody can lie and say, "Oh, she's crazy." Oh, yeah, the world endings for new beginnings. It's something that's changing. There is a shift. Okay? Yeah, because of love. Because of love. Queen of Cups is somebody loving. And what they've been doing is trying to heartbreak the Queen of Cups. Because they've been pretending to be the Queen of Cups. And then they went into heartbreak. Okay? They've been pretending to be the Queen of Cups as a child with the Page of Wands here. And this person or these people who have been trying to manipulate society to hide and cover up what they have done, blasphemous against God, okay, stealing black people rights in America, African Americans. Oh no, only African Americans can do this, right? Only African Americans can do what we do. You got to put African American on your application, black person born in America. But I ain't never been to Africa. And I don't have any relatives that I know of that were even in Africa. And what if I got European roots? Okay? Like, all of this shit is being manipulated in documents and now digitally. But they was using documents in the past. Now it's the digital age and they're being called out. So what have they been doing? Hacking our phones, hacking apps, hacking our bank accounts, hacking the companies we shop at, the companies that we work for and things of that nature to try to corruptly erase and pull out this information and this dastardly diabolical bullcrap that they've been doing to Black Americans. And then when you put African American, they still not gonna let you do it. They just gonna put an African on your back. See, Seven of Swords. They're gonna give it to an African, not you, American. They want you to be afraid to put the color black. See, yes, this is the yes card. They want you to be afraid to put black when you are completing paperwork, entering the damn emergency room at the hospital. And the nurses and the people signing you in are gasping because you put black. We got the man up at the top of the damn government that has been doing anything and everything to ban the color black without us knowing. Why do you think that reflecting pool had a black tarp? That when they pulled up that thing out of that reflecting pool, it was black, right? They were trying to put water on us. He was trying to keep us in the water, keep us submerged, drown us, if you will. If we go and see the damn Lincoln Memorial, if we visit DC, there's things that happen. Number one, DC is set up as a Masonic, entryway, or I see the word federation. So do not think and or believe that congressmen, representatives, aldermen in the city, I know that's what we call them in Chicago. I don't know what they call them in DC. The mayors even are not involved in this. Of course they are. Of course they are. And if they are not involved in Masonic temple worship or energy, they know somebody or they got somebody close to them that is. So if it's there, don't you think it's in the White House? Why you think Jaden Smith is on the red carpet dressed as a black house? In fact, I think it was opposite day that day. If you know, you know. Yeah, it was opposite day. They were trying to have some forward movement. Okay? Yeah. So I don't need these cards to tell me things that I already know. But the people that watch want to know, and they want to see the cards to clarify. Okay? That's the reason why I'm a tarot reader. I already have the energy reading skills Would they call me a mind reader? No, they don't like you because they said you can read minds. If you in my damn energy, I'm going to pick up on what your plots and plans are and how clean your heart and what your true intentions are. You're playing around in my creativity that I put on social media, online, and you think I have no connection to it? Of course I do. You can try to bury me, burn me, drown me, put me in the jar, in the freezer, all of those things. That does not stop and or take away from the fact that that's my energy. That was my creative energy that made that video post, that made that YouTube channel, that they hacked my phone and took over. And then took over my Instagram account. And then took over 2 Snapchats. It's not a coincidence when it happens repeatedly in a recurring manner. Okay? And then what do? They get mad. Oh, she picking up on too much stuff. Oh, she too good at this. Oh, she's better at it than I am. And so now they're trying to do voodoo. Who is it? This person. Backwards, upside down, backstabbing, two-faced son of a bitch. It's Bill Burdick. Let's bring him on in here. It's Bill Burdick constantly stick pinning me. Okay? In my eyeballs ever since I woke up this morning. Oh, let me stick pin her in the eyeballs. Oh, let me do this, let me do that. Oh, don't let them have no love. Don't let them interact with nobody. We'll just send somebody their way. And whomever we send their way for them to be in a relationship with will be one of our false people, goblins or whatever, right? Why? So that they can continue to make money off of black people, while telling the black person that they don't have no money to be able to get a loan, get money to go to college. Yeah. Why? Because they're using your vessel on paperwork and now digitally for one night stands. You can't get a loan. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then what do they say? They tell the jobs, don't pay the black people that much. They're not worth it. Okay? Because white people have sex on the jobs with all their co-workers in the spiritual realm. Spanish people too. And then they lie and steal and cheat. And they do that to us so that they can keep making more money with the 7 of Swords here. Stacy. Right, Stacy? That's what you did to Fatih and to Octavia. Right, Stacy? Yeah, she out in the cold now. She out in the cold now, but she watching online, Page of Swords. Or someone's watching her online, Page of Swords. Yeah, Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. Under judgment. Because she lied about your house, or somebody in your house lied about a marriage. Yeah, 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands, lied about something. I heard contracted something. She contracted something, Spirit. She contracted a sexually transmitted disease or a yes. Hot wand. Now I'm hearing doom doom. Hot sex on the platter. Doom doom. Doom doom. She probably the original thought. That hoe over there. Tea hot. She probably the original thought. Spirit. Tell me, Spirit. Yeah, she moved forward with that hot wand. What'd she do? She gave everybody that disease? She gave everybody that disease, Spirit? Now she's stuck, blinded by the truth that she transmitted that disease to everyone in the spirit. Spiritually transmitted infection, spiritually transmitted disease. That she used the 6 of the chariot. Look, Spirit said there'll be no more of that. They'll be forced to walk away. The chariot card, the 8 of Cups. They'll be forced to walk away from that. And the wheel will turn. Ask me how I know. Black people, pay attention to the shit that happened in your office. In your co-worker, co-mingling interactions. You think them white people like you? Them white people like what's happening on your back. They like the lies that they being told about your backside. See? Oh, but it can't happen now. But Pentacles mean yes. Six of Pentacles means yes. It's not happening anymore. Yeah, and somebody worried and they feel threatened and they anxious and concerned about it because they're gonna be in the Four of Cups energy. Okay, a hermit. The hermit. This could be the hermit. The hermit's been watching this sexually transmitted disease. Wow, thank you, Spirit. The hermit has been watching this sexually transmitted infection, this sexually transmitted disease being passed around to everyone through and or with a Queen of Pentacles. Somebody that they worked with or someone who was mind controlling them. Hangman, yeah. And that's what they fussing and fighting about. And that's what's causing the chaos because they know it's them. And they've been trying to blame other people. Yeah, they know. They know because they was like, "Oh, I'm so happy now. Somebody else is infected with something or with what they're infected in." Wow. We got the end of some type of communication or text messaging or pillow talking or something like that. We got the end for new beginnings of that. Possibly why I have to look. Spirit say yes. I ain't even said the sentence yet. Spirit. Wow. This morning, I'm going to show y'all my phone. I wasn't even going to do this, but I'm going to show y'all now because it keeps sticking me. Okay. So let me turn back on. I'm at home, so I'm using the Wi-Fi. If you want to know, I'm at home, so I'm using the Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is paid for. Okay. Obtaining the address, set up, connected, as you can see. Okay. And then look at that. What did I do this morning? I woke up and did the things that I always have to do. I have to uh, go into settings because somebody or something has been manipulating my settings. They manipulate the numbers to reflect angel numbers and apartment unit numbers. Okay, street addresses of places where they've been hoeing around at and keeping up false narratives at. And all I did was go into the settings to go into the disabled stuff to enable it so that I could download or update any apps or even just check because I have to keep everything disabled because they go in and they play. They think, ha ha ha, we're playing. I'm having a threesome, a throuple, a third party against Octavia, and she doesn't know behind her back. I'm not letting her have her phone. I'll give it to other people, false people. False people, so that they can take. This is the whole plan. They plan to take or rob me of some money that is rightfully mine, that they feel is theirs. Why? Because they've been hoeing on my back, or they've been hoeing in the spirit for me, or they was effing around while I was in college, high school, middle school, elementary school, preschool, goddammit, as a child, an infant wearing a diaper. You think that they will stop or prevent themselves from tarnishing or ruining the reputation and the spirit of an innocent child? No. No. White people, white men in their entitlement, acting and functioning out of traumatized energy, traumatized mind, traumatized soul and spirit, psyche. Okay. Now in their ego, now at a job where they're moving up. If they are harmful or wrongful to other people, it's not going to have they don't have boundaries. Who cares about black people in America? We had a black president. He couldn't even do anything for black Americans. Nothing. And then when he left, he said, "Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay." Okay? And that's why I'm here to tell you. No, I'm not even going to tell you what else I see in America's future besides false counterparts. Okay? Know that they're coming because they can't get away with being sneaky behind people's back. They've been trying to use our devices. Okay, I don't know why I have to sign in again after updating my phone. That's all I did. Updated the phone. So I said, wait a minute here. I'm going to go here to passwords and stuff. And as you can see, it says I'm still signed in. You can see it here, right? And I'm just covering up my email. Because that little sync thing down there would have been grayed out if I wasn't logged in. It wouldn't even show. If you have an Android, you know this. And if you have an iPhone, do not think that your phone is not hacked. It is. iPhone will lie till they go in the dirt. Okay? Hashtag that CEO for iPhone that died, cancer. They will lie and keep it a secret and go into the dirt without telling you that your phone is hacked and that the government is monitoring everybody's phone. It hurt every civilian. Thank you, Spirit. Every civilian's phone. So I'm not logged in, and then I can go to Google in my search settings here, and my picture is supposed to show up here, and this is what I get. Oh, you need to finish signing in. And there's no picture now. Why? Because they have been abusing Google Voice, Google Text Messages, Google Meet, my Gmail, every app you can find. Who is a king of wands? So that they can F around. Okay? With the hot sex on the platter. Yeah. They can F around while they make money and F multiple people and give money to multiple people and give less to the person that's supposed to be having the money and keep it a secret with the moon. No, she's been text messaging me. Ain't nobody text messaged this person. I have not. I don't know this man's number or anything. Page of Swords. It's just him watching me. This is how he watches me on my social media. Judgment. Thank you, Spirit. Judgment card. Lying saying that we were married or we live in a house together. Okay. Having the King of Swords to sit and watch, or lying saying that I was married to the King of Swords. Something having to do with a tree. I get you the F not a tree. You see the damn ladder. Okay. It's being revealed. Exposed. They've been called out. And that's the reason why and they all up in their head about this. Yeah, they are. Because they know that they're being caught. That they was trying to cause some type of heartbreak, but it's coming back to them, and that they have been trying to keep or do something secretively with the Four of Swords, like in your bed, in your mattress or whatever. Okay. We got the Queen of Pentacles. No, the Queen of Wands. That's the Queen of Wands. And then it said the Judgment. I was trying to shuffle. When I have a difficult time putting the cards together, the cards are telling me something. It was like, get that Queen of Wands. She's sticking out, and what was coming out? The Judgment card. The Queen of Wands. They've been lying. They've been hoeing with the Queen of Wands in my bedroom, in my bed. Yeah, now I'm hearing somebody sleeping in my bed, my bed. Oh, yeah. Then somebody named their child my bed. Somebody's taking my place. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's why. Because he thinks that he is staying on top of what's happening in the spiritual realm. He's a whole immigrant. Watching and stalking the King of Wands. Fucking faggot. That's why he ain't poking his lips out and shit. That's his truth. Yeah. Fucking around with these illusions and these options. Why? Because he's under mental magic. He's an immigrant. He's born in Canada. Fool. Calling himself getting some kind of new start, new beginning, and then make a rack of albums about it. Oh no, I'm working with these people. See, it's Three of Cups. That's not true. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, we work together. We all exchanging our cups of love to make this one big cup. Yep. Yeah, that's what we do. And then we make money off it. Okay, let's see what came out. Yeah. Endings. The world. Endings for new beginnings. Okay. Well, my first video was, it's not too late if you read tarot. It's not too late if you're reading this. Okay? Little did I know that this was actually a spiritual realm. I thought it was just a fucking word. I've been learning a whole lot since posting stuff. Yeah. Tower moment. Tower moment. Just tell me what spirit is saying. Tower moment. They've been lying about your house, my house, your household, your children, your family. Justice. Justice will be served. And I guess I'm going to leave it on that. I already showed you the evidence. My phone all of a sudden want me to log back in. I didn't do nothing but update my apps, come out of it, lock my phone, put it back on the charger on the desk next to me, and then went to reach for my phone, and it's like, if I wanted to read my text message to me from my family, that I had to verify myself. And then once I verify myself, he's probably planning, like he did yesterday, to go in and get on his high horse and try to slander me. Okay? And try to slander me. Trying to go back in the past like we friends or schoolmates or some shit. Yeah. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. Because I'm hearing the word breakup. Yeah, because he wants to be defensive. That's why I haven't done it yet. That's been on my phone since 7 a.m. Heartbreak. 6 of Cups, heartbreak, so that he can stand defensive. 7 of Wands. Defensive and guard something. He wants to guard something or gatekeep something. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. I couldn't get the word. He wants to gatekeep me from moving forward with the 6 of Wands or move into calmer waters. That's what the 6 of Wands is. He doesn't want me to move to calmer waters. Yeah. So I can be left out with the 5 of Cups. What's the outcome for him, Spirit? Or, take it as it resonates. This person wants to move forward to calmer waters, and they're going to be in the 5 of Cups. What's the outcome? He wants to go back in the day and act like he's a kid, Page of Wands, to cause conflict and chaos. Okay? Cause conflict and chaos. So how that card came out, flipped around, so that he could say, I'm bringing you money, but he going to make a pit stop and F the King of Wands first, right? So it's going to take him a while. He is already the slowest moving knight in the deck. Okay? I heard energy. It's like, if you ever listen to the Black Wind, I forgot the rest of it. She says it repeatedly. That's how she says it. Energy. I heard her like that in my head. Yeah. Because he's been over there romancing her, the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, 4 of Cups. Oh, that didn't work out. Yeah. Black hole sun, won't you come? Yeah. So that they can hide stuff with the moon. Or that's what they're hiding or trying to hide. Black hole sun or the black hole. You see the word entity, the hermit. It's Bill Burdick. He's all on my phone. Judgment. Thank you, Spirit. All in my phone. Judgment. Trying to juggle me with whomever else he's been. The cards. That's crazy how the cards just fell out. I had the deck in my hand already, so I can't say pick up the cards. I just turned them so I can show you all that he's juggling me with somebody else, some other tarot reader, and the Knight of Cups in my community. And then this came out because of some Ace of Cups, some kind of intuition or connection to source. And a Page of Cups is involved. Okay, that's what he's doing. These childish, I want to touch you. Yeah, he's lying to them. It came out in reverse. King of Swords is supposed to be truthful, albeit cruel, stubborn, cold-hearted, acting on logic instead of their heart, their mind. Yeah, because he's keeping secrets with the high priest is here. Keeping secrets about what's happening when you sleep at night or what's happening in your bed so that he can have the false family access to your home and he can have some type of fame, fortune, and or clout. And so that he can get justice for all this effing around he's been doing with the lovers. But they stuck. They stuck, though. I heard permanently. Temperance card. Page of Swords. Yeah, because he's watching Leonard Travis Ferris. He probably used to F him, too. And that's the problem. He can't F him anymore. Or he wants to. The Star. Yeah. Them together. Maybe those two together are the Star. Yeah. The Booty Bandits. The Booty Bangers. Yeah, he wants Leonard Travis Ferris, the booty banger, because he wants to steal from him. He wants to take. Or he knows that Leonard Travis Ferris is a booty banger and a thief. And he's been stealing stuff, and now he wants to get to him. Look at that devil card. He's going in there with some kind of obsession, lust, greed. Yeah, so he can hold on to something or someone's money. Yeah, in the past. He's going back to the past to do it. And what did I say? They did it on paperwork in the past, but now everything is digital. But Spirit says judgment. You know, some things we can't control, right? We want to use our phones, and if it logs us out and we got to log back in, we don't have any choice but to do that, right? Let me see something, guys. I got a retro deck here. So let's see what the retro deck wants to say. Going back in the past with the Six of Cups. Somebody that they know, yeah, in the water. Watch your back. I already told you it came out in the water. Risk grows unnoticed and move with caution. Stay vigilant and regularly check your surroundings. So he wants to be a shark in the water, in our waters. Okay? Watch your back so he can be materialistic. Consumerism focuses on material wealth and neglects true happiness. Unending desire for more satisfaction is elusive. This person is never satisfied. He's greedy as hell, as if he doesn't make enough money already. What I'm hearing is he probably has a government job, but he also is a part or a conglomerate, Spirit says, thank you, of some type of contract, federal government contract in his office or his surrounding government offices. I see the word government agencies. He is a part of a company or a business. And so now he wants to use that so that he can go back in the past and steal money. And this person is eternally cursed. Forcing eternal vibrancy futilely. Futilely means to know when you will constantly and repeatedly lose. And ignoring time's relentless march. So they're trying to stay stuck in the past or do things in the past and bring it to the future relentlessly with it's like a spiral. I'm going to just keep doing it. I don't care that I'm falling down. Okay? I don't care that I'm failing. I don't care that I'm going bankrupt. Accept impermanence wisely and channel energy into meaningful pursuits. This is a federal government employee. And see, they do this because they can do this when they go in and they buy stocks or shares or they become part of a business. Yeah, that must have been what happened. You see how that came out? They're like, I don't nobody know that, and work with the companies, and then they can do both sides. Truth or illusion, blue pill or red pill. Take the blue pill and you will wake up and repeat your same day that you've always done in the matrix, or take the red pill and exit, right? Truth or illusion. Comfortable lie persists and painful truth emerges. How is he doing this? Because he's a government employee pretending to be a business owner. That's what a shark is. Shark in the damn waters. Okay? Yeah. Beware the trick. That's the other card that came out. Upside down like this. Because they don't want us to know that that's what they're doing. Beware the trick. All right, I'm out. They under judgment. Going hell, jail, or something. Hell or jail or spiritual jail or spiritual hell. That's what I have for you. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.